Right. I'd like to welcome Emma Shepherd from a lovely pub in Worrall, which is just outside of Sheffield. Good afternoon, Emma.
Good afternoon.
Great to see you. And thanks
And
again
you?
for coming on today. Emma, just a few questions if you don't mind. I know you're relatively new to the industry when you first took on the blue ball. How long ago has it been now?
So we took the blue ball on June the 11th, 2019.
Okay. And what experience did you have before you took the pub on?
Okay, so for the last 20 years, I've worked in construction, which is not very helpful, apart from some of the kind of maintenance jobs that need doing. But uh, when I was a slip of a lass, which is a long time ago, I had worked in bars and restaurants and pubs and enjoyed it. But that wasn't really the reason that we kind of were interested in the pub. We are local, so we've lived in the village for a long time. I've lived here 23 years, and my husband was actually born in the village, so we knew the pub really well, and it had been in and out of people's hands for the previous 5 years, and nobody stayed, nobody loved it, and we were worried as a community that kind of it would end up as a Tesco's or continue to be closed. So I was given the opportunity. Well, I wasn't given the opportunity. I was made redundant at the beginning of 2019. So thought, well, I'm coming up to 50. If I don't do something crazy right now, I probably never will. So we started to make inquiries about taking on the pub, and here we are.
Superb. And you did a fantastic job. It looks $1 million.
Oh, we love
So
it.
what was it? Yeah, yeah. What was the steepest part of the learning curve, do you think? So you had this idea, right, let's take the pub, the pub's come up, right, what do we do now? Uh, what was those first steps? What was that biggest part of that learning curve?
So, coming from working with big commercial business, as I have done, and having kind of the support of separate HR departments, health and safety departments, and a whole team of people that you can rely on for support, you're very much doing it for yourself. As much as you've got the support from your BDM and Admiral, you've got to get all these things in place, all these processes in place, to make sure that you can, sustainably manage your business. It's your business, and you've got to get your head round. You're not just coming in to pull a few pints and have a chat with the locals. You are running a business, and it's got to be viable. So making sure all the finances are in place, and that you actually have enough money to realise your vision. If your vision is just coming in and taking over and cracking on, you'll not need too much. But if you've got a vision for something different, you'll need some dosh behind you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned that it is almost a shared responsibility. You've mentioned a little bit about Admiral, but how did Admiral help you with that process, develop your business?
So we were on a short-term 9-month program where you've got the support of an accountant. You've got all sorts of other bits of support that are available through Admiral, lots of training, and take advantage of that, because that's really useful. You might have been in pubs before, you might think you know it all, but it's really good to get up-to-date training and share up-to-date best practice with other tenants as well. I found that really useful. Um, and the accountant part of it was really helpful. We had a visit every month, face to face, talking about what we were doing really well, where we could make tweaks, have we got our pricing right, and how we can improve in the future. And he also helped me with the business plan to get my long-term tenancy. So Admiral put this kind of support cuddle around you, and you get through it with making good relationships with people.
Yeah, yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. Um, I guess with the various lockdowns and the various tier systems that we've been through now, and it's crazy to think that started off in March last year, and look at us now. But this whole COVID and this pandemic has applied quite a lot of pressure to the pub industry. But how has Admiral helped you through that process?
Well, I think when we took the pub on in June, I never expected to be in this situation for a third time in such a short space of time. Um, it's mentally difficult, mentally draining. Um, Admiral provide support on the tenants' website for mental health support. There's lots of links. We're supported so well by our business development manager Dale. He held Zoom groups with other tenants, so you felt like you were in it together, as crappy as it was. There were other people going through the same stuff. Some people were managing it a bit better, some people were managing it a bit worse, and we felt like we could support each other through that. I'm in contact with one of the tenants in Rotherham, which is a fair few way away, and we have regular phone calls because she's new to it as well. I'm fairly new to it, and we can support each other. Um, Admiral have been great. Really, it's as difficult for them as a big business as it is for us as a small business. But yeah, it's rubbish.
It is, it is. But I think there's light at the end of the tunnel now, and in a perverse sort of way, for those that are looking to take on a pub, with the amount of vaccinations that are happening at the rate they're happening, I think the summer and the back end of this year, potentially earlier, is a good time to really start thinking about getting a pub. But over and above that, what would now you've been through the process, Emma, what would your best piece of advice be to somebody in your position way back when?
Okay, so talk to people, talk to other tenants, whether they're Admiral tenants or other tenants, to get a really honest view of how they are as a business and how they support you. Because obviously, all businesses are really good at the glossy stuff, but talk to other people and you'll get a really good idea. And you'll soon realise that Admiral are probably one of the better pubcos to be part of. It's more of a family business than a big commercial animal. Get involved in the pub that you're looking at. Is there an opportunity to talk to that current tenant? Is there an opportunity to come and have a look and see how they do things? Is there an opportunity, if you've not been in pubs before or not managed in a pub before, to get involved in cellar management and how they do that? Also, take advantage of the realms of training that's available from Admiral. There is loads, and just do it. The process is a fairly long process, so you've got lots of time to go on these training courses. So make sure that you do it. Don't just do the ones that are you're legally obliged to do, like the personal license training. Do the other stuff as well, because things change all the time, and you'll also get an opportunity to network with other tenants and feel a bit more supported, and that you're going through it with other people. Also, my third bit of advice is build relationships with people. So make sure that you've got a good relationship with your business development manager, good relationship with your reps. They're really important to making sure that you get the best out of the products that you're selling, and they can be really helpful. And build relationships with your community groups as well. You're going to be at the centre of your community, so being part of that is really important. So build those relationships up as well.
Brilliant. That's great advice. Emma, it's been fantastic as ever. I wish you all the very, very best. And I look forward to having a pint in the Blue Ball in Worrall. And if you are in the area, anywhere near Sheffield, I recommend you duck in to Worrall and go and see Emma and Carl at the Blue Ball. For now, thanks a million, Emma. Great to catch up. Take care.
Thank you.